I'll bet your news feeds are really, because again, you're clinical. You're not a political wonk. We know that. You're an IT person. We talk a lot of high school, but don't talk a lot of politics. And thank God, thank God. But we're 80-20. We talk about 80% of our similarities, not 20% of our differences. But my question to you, you're really kind of an outside observer, clinical business person, Canadian American dual citizen, which is my entire brand. My question to you is, as an observer, what do you think when you see the news feeds come in daily and stuff, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Facebook or whatever? You got to see a lot of Canadian content because of your background and both our connections with Canada. But you weren't blocked and unfriended by Canadian liberals like me. But anyhow, that's another conversation. Wendy, talk to me a little bit, just as an outside observer, not political wonk stuff. Just what's your feel, and almost segueing it to existentially for our respective countries, Canada and the U.S. Just take 5 minutes, whatever, and chat on that, because I know your point of view would be really cool.
Yeah, and I stopped really listening and watching the news probably shortly after COVID. So I don't stay tuned to it, but people talk about it, so you can't avoid it. And when I go back to Canada, they're not any happier with their politicians, and if you think back, they never have been. People are always going to be unhappy with what's happening because it doesn't line up with what they want. And I find nowadays it's really hard to find the truth. It's so segmented depending on what news source you listen to. So, I think it's really hard to know. I think you really have to do a lot of reading, not just one or two. And you've got to start lining up what makes sense, what kind of lines up together, and what seems, just like garbage stuff out there. Because there is some good stuff out there, but it takes a lot of time now to really decipher it. So I think you got to, remain true to who you are and what what you strongly feel. And a lot of that is the way you grew up, the work ethic your parents installed in you, or, the milieu that you came from and what it represented. So I think, if you're true to yourself, you can't go wrong with whatever path you want to take and how you want to view what's going on in the world. And if, you're not here to make it a better place, then not interested to hear what you have to say.
Wendy, are you optimistic, both on the Canadian side and U.S. side? Because I think you've even seen the cover of my next book, Why It Came to America, and Can We Even Fix This Mess? I think on all sides, we know there's kind of a mess going on here. We'll get Captain McCormick started on that, and or Val started on that. But what's your personal take as a dual citizen, Wendy? Do you feel optimistic? Do you feel upbeat? How do you think it's going to go next year or two?
Yeah, I think it's just a much bigger question than just what's going to happen here in the States politically, or what's going to happen in Canada. It's the whole world right now that needs a shakeup and needs to come together. So it's not one individual piece. We all have to work at what's right for everybody on this planet. That's my view on it.